Welcome back. Time now to do some business stories, and starting from the maritime industry, and from September 1 this year, importers and freight forwarders will now have to request their duty values from the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority. A stern warning directive from the World Customs Organization compelled customs to fully take over their role after subletting it to destination inspection companies for 15 years. Here's a report by Josephine Frimpong.
The World Customs Organization had begun mounting pressure on custom body countries including Ghana. Some west and eastern maritime countries had complied. However, more are yet to do so.
The World Customs Organization, I mentioned the World Trade Organization. Both institutions at this time in time frown upon that traditional role of customs being undertaken by some other private sector. Because we're talking about compliance, international trade standards. This is the time for us to take back our function.
Classification and valuation is a core function for customs to value goods for importers and freight forwarders to pay duties. DICs say for 15 years, customs revenue had increased by 40%. As the DIC's contract expires on August 31, close to 1,000 jobs would be lost.
What we are doing is that we are in collaboration with customs and also the ministry, so that when the time comes, or with the passing of the months and the years ahead, we'll be able to smoothly transit without causing any hitch in the clearance process.
Head of the Joint Committee for the DICs, Walter Oyango, lamented the government had failed to implement an exit plan for them. Maritime analysts also fear customs would not be able to exceed the estimated 10,000 documents which used to be issued daily by the DICs. But Public Relations Director of Customs Division has downplayed their fears.
There were 5 destination inspection companies. Each of them had staff. And if all these jobs are to be collapsed into one, to be administered by one organization, you can just imagine the logistical, human and material that will be involved.
A new classification and valuation center has been established, and 200 officers have been trained to work 24 hours ahead of the implementation. So, as the DICs pack out, stakeholders are hoping that a new system would help make the clearing process a one-stop shop.
In other business news, this one rather sad news for the business community, and Kente weavers at Agotime in the Volta region say the high cost of materials and the absence of a ready market for the cloth is pushing them out of business. Consequently, they have now ventured into motor riding, all popularly known as Okada, to survive.
The youth at Agotime in the Volta region said establishment of a Kente village would boost their trade, but added all efforts by past government to establish the village have proved futile. The Kente festival, the youth noted, has also lost its value since its inception 20 years ago.
Lack of capital has kept many weavers away from the business.
At Adeba to launch this year's Kente Festival at Potoy, the overlord of Agotime, Neneketeku, touched on some challenges facing weavers in the region.
Transcendental pre-working procedures are woefully ignored, resulting in the production of poor textile fabric, which is not helping us.
Over 7,000 people, including foreigners, are expected to grace the Kente Festival.
And a related development, or still relating to fashion and textiles, the Ghana Federation of Labour has warned of more job cuts in the coming months as textile manufacturers anticipate closing down factories. Secretary General of the union, Abraham Kumson, told TV3 that the textile industry might soon grind to a halt as pirating and smuggling had not reduced despite the task force's invention. He spoke to TV3's Josephine Frimpong.
Some 10 years ago, the Ghana textile industry used to employ over 25,000 workers. Now, the number had been reduced to 3,000. The fortune of the industry looks bleak for manufacturers, discouraging others to invest. The industry is still struggling to deal with smuggling and pirating.
I don't know how people get money to bring this product in. Almost every day we arrest trucks loaded with these fabrics. We seize them and eventually even have them destroyed. Still, they keep coming.
Currently, the Ghana Federation Labour and the Textile and Garment Employees Union lamented that their membership keeps dwindling because producers cannot break even on the market.
Laying off, it can happen because there are less than 2,000, about 1,700 or 1,800 left. The
Anti-Pirate Task Force say although their work had made some impact, the only way out now is to prosecute offenders.
What we have to do now is not only to arrest, seize the goods, and leave these smugglers to go. We have to follow up, make sure we pursue them, go to court for them to be, prosecuted.
The 7 textile producing companies had been reduced to 4. Out of the number, 2 have closed down their spinning and weaving department and laid off workers who form the majority of textile firms. Most of them are reeling under the power crisis. GTMC, the oldest textile industry, had allegedly rented out their premises whilst the rest of the building is left to rot.
That's it for business on Midday Live.